Hi everyone, CicaWa Wolf Woman here. Today I wanted to come on and talk about Mother Earth's medicines and Mother Earth's soil and some things that I've learned along the way and that I've put into practice in our family garden here. And so I'll try to give you a look on the garden. So we've got the garden beds. Here's some strawberries and borage, some holy basil, some parsley, with lots of trees on the land too that we've planted. Lots more strawberries. You know, the kids love the strawberries. Ooh. So when big teaching is clover, clover is really good at giving the soil nitrogen. So those quote-unquote pesky weeds, they do serve a purpose, and that's what we're going to talk about too a little bit. Here's some tomatoes and bok choy. We love our bok choy. Some basil. We have our round bed that is our three sister bed. Three sisters are, nothing's really started yet. I got some beans it looks like, but nothing else has come. Is corn, squash, and green beans or beans, so they all work together. So the beautiful thing about doing that together is when you do the three sisters, the soil is being replenished because all those plants work synergistically together. This bed is just growing some medicines right now. We'll harvest them. There's some wood sorrel. It's really delicious and lemony. You eat some of that. Some mullein, some culantro, which we use a lot of here. Peas are also really great at feeding the soil. And so I just wanted to talk a little bit about soil. Borage. Love borage. Some more peas. And we've got some watermelons and other melons. I'm getting there. I know I can't help myself, but keep walking through the garden. So let's get the mint. Right? Oh, so yummy. All right, so let's get to why I wanted to talk here. And we'll go up here and actually take a look at our composting bin, is the soil. So a lot of people like to use manure when feeding their soil, when trying to, they're planting their new seeds or they feel like they need to replenish their soil. A lot of people use manure. And I'm jumping on here to share with you a teaching that came to me through CicaWa. You can see that the full video, he talks about a lot of beautiful things, but one of them is that he does talk about the soil. And you can see that video at www.wholebodyfit.biz. You can find it there, or just look up CicaWa. And his teachings, they really connect it with my truth center. Though, as I understand, we always need to put things into practice. We need to experience them for them to become wisdom for us. And so we've now had our garden going for 5 years. We'll go inside maybe the greenhouse. Let's see. Let's take a look inside the greenhouse. We've got some other stuff out here. Woo! So here's the greenhouse. Just starting. Ooh, it's nice and warm in here. It's hot out today. It's beautiful. So in the greenhouse, here we go. So we'll go actually back out so I can show you some stuff. So with the soil, a lot of people want to use manure. And manure is actually, it's actually harmful for the soil. The teaching is that when we use manure on soil, a lot of people say, well, all my stuff grows really well and it's really great and it's really big and everything, it's so healthy looking. And absolutely, because when you put the manure, it sort of like tells the soil that there's sort of an infection. And so it draws up the nutrients. And the more we continuously use the manure, it just continuously just goes deeper and deeper and deeper, drawing the nutrients from the soil, from the bottom of the soil up to the top soil. So the more that we do this, and if we're not doing anything for our soil on top of that, then we are truly just actually depleting the soil there. And we're making the land, we're making Mother Earth work harder. We are really trying to control how we are receiving the medicine from our food. And so I heard this and it really resonated with me. There was something that, when I started on, gardening and planting and, working with the babies and the plant medicines, I wanted, it resonated with me because there was something about manure that I don't know, it just didn't feel right. But then I heard, CicaWa Wolf talk about this and I thought, wow, this resonates. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to put this into practice. And some people were like, well, it's just not enough to use other methods. You're going to need the manure. And, it's been 5 years and our soil is doing so well and she's so happy. And a lot of the things we do are we working with Mother Earth and working with what we have here. So firstly, we use, I'll show you here, this drum. Amazing composter. So happy that we did this. It really is amazing. We've had it since we've come here. It's definitely withstanding, being out. It's still doing what it needs to do. And, there is even some composting tea there that it will produce. And so we take all of our foods, scraps, and we put it in there. And in about, I don't know, I think it depends on the weather. It depends on some different things, but some different factors. But I would say that it takes about maybe 10 weeks, 8 to 10 weeks, and we have some amazing compost comes out in like balls, and it sits for a bit when it comes out, and then we can break them up and we feed our trees. Here's some grapes. Here's some currants. I love currants. They're coming now. Maybe you can see the little ones. So we feed the trees, we feed the soil. So the soil gets fed in the beginning of the season with what we had from leftover last year, and then we make more throughout, and then we could feed the soil throughout the season. And something else that's really obviously good too is if you're a coffee drinker like I am, save those coffee grinds and eggshells and mix that together. Also, if you drink your herbal teas and you get your medicines from the land, save those teas, mix that all together with that mix and put that into the soil. You can kind of see in the strawberry bed, just because this one's just starting, you'll see the eggshells. Those are also really good at repelling some little bugs that like to get at the plants. What else do we do? It's really important too, so we'll go down here and see. So we talked about the compost and talked about the coffee grinds and the eggshells and the herbal teas. Ashes. You can see here actually. Ashes are also really great at feeding the soil. So it's just really a lot of saying thank you to the soil. Thank you for feeding us. Let us feed you. Let's work together. Also, we talked about the clover. So it's important to let some of those pesky weeds, as people call them, let them grow. Dandelions, they're great to grow in the bed. There's some dandelions growing amongst dill and cilantro. Let them grow, because they're working with creating a tunnel system under there and keeping the soil aerated. Instead of pulling it all out, they'll work together, and they work together better. So yes, it's nice to clean it and have some room, especially when they're babies. When you got your babies here, there's a lot of babies. But once they're sort of getting strong, they can work together. So this is the other beautiful thing, is making your own soil, or feeding and creating your own very powerful soil, is having green manure piles. And we have them. And so what we do is when those sit through the whole summer until the white moons pass and we uncover it at this time, we have loads of soil to work with to as well replenish the beds, give thanksgiving to Mother Earth, give thanksgiving to the soil for feeding us. And so it's a lot about working with the land around you, understanding that some of those plants that are growing in the beds with your foods are there to actually support the food. So let some of them grow, and work with what you have around you to feed it. And honestly, no manure is needed. There's no need to start drawing deep into the soil. And there are plenty of nutrients right there without us doing it, without us saying we want more, and just really constantly making the soil feel like it's sick and needing to replenish itself. Obviously, we're really lucky as well to have the blood of Mother Earth running so close that we can use that water as well to water the garden as well as the rain waters. That's always beautiful. And so, yeah, I just wanted to get on and share some of the experiences that have become wisdoms, and I have so much more to learn. I'm just sharing some of what has really worked for us and has become wisdoms for us. And truly, it's just information for you until you apply it into your space. And I'd love to hear your comments and what you're doing, or are you using some of these methods? How has it worked for you? And yeah, share, please. And don't forget to subscribe. Your subscription to the channel is truly, truly helpful in connecting and allowing us to share with more. So yeah, please don't forget to subscribe, share your comments. I'm interested to hear your feedback and any questions, or as I said, anything else that you're doing that maybe I might want to utilize in our space here to support the garden here and learn. So thank you for coming on and listening, and see you soon. It's going to be in the Medicine Lodge. Next video is going to be in the Medicine Lodge when we work through that journey together. Just piggybacking on the video previous that I posted. If you haven't seen that, I posted that just the other day, but the next video will be in the Medicine Lodge. We're going to journey together. We're going to journey together in how to call back our energy into our true center. So hopefully I'll see you there too. Have a good one. Hopefully it's sunny where you are, or get some sun here. Take the medicine from here, and we'll see you soon.